everybody, I'm Kat Farrance, I'm founder of Movement for Modern Life, and welcome to today's Friday Fabulousness. So today what's on my mind is I just wanted to ask, how are you feeling? How are you really? Often when we're asked that question, like, oh, how are you? Fine. People don't really expect an answer, and you don't really think to give the real answer of how we're really feeling, because we often don't actually know how we're feeling. We're not really checked in to how we really are feeling that day. So what's made me think about this is we're in the middle of the Transformation Challenge now. We're on day 4, or well, I'm on day 4 because I missed out a day. But the reason why I started thinking it is on day 1, Zephyr, amazing Zephyr, who runs the classes, said, how are you feeling? And we should all really do this before our yoga classes, but we don't, and I don't anyway. And to be honest, I was feeling grotty. I was feeling really tired. I was feeling exhausted. I actually felt physically sick. I had a headache. The last thing I wanted to do was yoga. I felt achy. I pretty much sat there on the mat saying out loud, I feel sick, I feel shitty, I feel terrible. Why do you want to know? Like, really full of the anger. And by the end of the practice, you know, I carried on. And the reason why, of course, I did yoga is just because that's what I do. Luckily, it's just what I do. And at the end of the practice, she said, how do you feel now? And actually, I felt terrific. I was suddenly I felt lighter. My headache had disappeared. I didn't feel sick. Sorry about that. Mum on the phone. It's not like an advert for yoga. It's just like, this is how you can really feel. And you can have the option of feeling very different to the way that you're feeling right now, chances are. So I watched TV on Sunday night and I saw 3 adverts in a row for basically pain relief. One was a muscle relaxant, so you wouldn't feel your muscles. One was a headache tablet thing, and the other was to get rid of a feeling of heartburn. And everything was all about numbing your feelings. And I thought, God, that really is what our society is all about. It's about how we can move into not feeling things. And we really prioritize in every interaction, in any transaction with each other, not feeling things. So that's, it's pretty remarkable to me that we just don't want to be doing, we just don't want to be feeling, and we'll go to basically any pains that we can to take pharmaceuticals to not feel. And why is it that we don't want to feel things? And do folks really feel that bad? That we have to numb ourselves all the time? And actually, maybe we do. Maybe this is unfortunately the state that modern culture is in right now, is that we are all feeling dull inside and we feel a sort of achiness. And maybe folks do feel basically how I did that morning of the first day of the Transformational Challenge, like heaviness, like a bit sick, a bit headachy. And maybe when folks who haven't got tools in their toolkit for how to deal with life, maybe what folks do when they feel like that is they'll take a pill and they just crack on with their day in a sort of automated style. And maybe a lot of us are taught to be on autopilot, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just how it is. But one reason why I think it's important to tune into how you feel is how you feel determines how you are with people. I'm just going to do something on the screen. It determines how you are with people and how you are with yourself. So if you realize how you feel, and if you realize that you're able to change the way you feel, you realizing that actually I'm an agent, I'm an active agent in my life, and I can take control, I can take responsibility of my life and the things that are going on in life. and even more, you can be responsible for decisions. So you can really come home to who you are in all of the decisions that you make. And if, of course, you do that, if you are deciding and if you are seeing everything in your life with the lens of how is this making me feel, and is this sparking joy, is this sparking happiness in my life, for everything that you do, for every interaction, how does this make me feel? Then maybe you'll start to live a life that is more aligned to really who you are, and you'll start to feel more joyful, and your headaches will start to go. And the lovely thing about yoga is it really does transform how we feel from the inside out. It has the power to transform me, and that's the reason why I set up Movement for Modern Life, because for me it's really important to share these tools, because we can be in control of how we feel, and we can change how we are, which changes our reactions to the world. And that's just the most important thing. So maybe as you go about your weekend, just ask yourself, what brings me joy? And for each thing, each interaction, for each object you have, does this bring me joy? And if it doesn't, question what's it doing in your life. And if it's in your life for another reason, fine. But ask yourself that question. What sparks you? What lights you up? What brings you joy? What gives you that fire? And I think that with that fire, you'll then be able to go out there and express yourself and be the best you for yourself and for each other. So see how that works. Let me know what sparks you up, what gives you joy, and have a fabulous weekend. Namaste.